Hi, this video is for practicing the Haydn movement, and I have a little outline to keep the video from being too long and to organize our thoughts. First of all, it's all these 16th notes and scales, and Mr. Schneider, typical for a violinist, he wants to go really fast, so we have to use short bows on the string. In our first read-through, nobody was quite sure how to bow, and so a lot of you were off the string. You were near the frog and having a little bounce. That's going to slow you down too much, so I want you to avoid the frog. Don't get up in the air, but just stay. So please practice over and over again. First, find your contact point about the balance point of the bow, not too near the frog and not quite at the middle, but about 1/3 of the way up, about 10 inches. And practice those with no bounce, with a nice clarity. There's going to be a little bit of what we call tangent sound in between. Don't worry about it. It adds character. So no bounce. I would say the metronome he's using, he's aiming for about 88 to 92, and that's awfully fast for some of the passage work. But let me give you a sense of that tempo he's going to do. So I'll go ahead and play through a few measures. 1 and 2 and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Rest. I was a little bit off. I wasn't hearing it. But it's a challenge, and I think this is going to be very good for our ensemble. I know he's going to push the tempo, use very, very short bows on the string. And so I've organized my thoughts. When I get to number 2, reach versus shift, I'm addressing the fact that in this and many selections in orchestra music, we are in first position, and then quickly we're in second position, and then we're back to first position, and then flexibility is very important. I don't want you to keep a closed hand and then shift with your arm. That will be less controlled. So what you want to do is develop the ability to almost reach your way back. Like, look at that measure with the A major scale, measure 8. Now the reason for the D string fingering anyway is to keep you off a big jump on the A string. The sound of the A and the mechanics of it is just not going to be as controlled. So practice those reaches. And it's really all over orchestra music that we're not in one position most of the time, but kind of between two positions. All right, going on, yes, E guide note. Frequently in this selection, we're going up not higher than F sharp, but we may be using F sharp with a 3rd finger or with 4th finger. You'll have 3 on F sharp sometimes, 1 on E, and then sometimes it will be best to have 4 on F sharp with 2 on E. So those of you who have not had a private teacher helping you with positions for unit after unit and drilling down on position works, you can take advantage of the fact that the 4th position is coincident with the angle of the neck and the shoulder of the cello, like that, the saddle. You could put 1 on E here, and then you can locate 2, 1, and that E is a guide note. So I'm going to use Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star as a way of finding it and losing it and finding it. I'm going to play A, 1, 1, 3, and lose my place. Would you try that? Lose your place and find it. And then would you also try with the fingering 2 on E and 4 on F sharp? Yeah, so look at after the rest in 35, in 38, you have F sharp, E, D. The very most convenient, economical way to finger that is 4, 2, 1. And I'm at some level conscious of the 2 on E, just as if I were doing this. And it doesn't take years and years of private lessons. It just takes a lot of experience, just practice finding that, even though it sounds like I'm a beginner, I'm playing Twinkle Twinkle. You can tell your family if they overhear you, I'm doing it in 5th position, 3rd position, whatever, and then respect the cellist. Okay, you can do this. Okay, my 4th point is to cut off the rests. Let me show you measure 21 and 23 and 25. We're about the 5th line of the music. And half the cellos hang on for 2 beats and half the cellos don't. It needs to be together. We need to count and give that clarity. So, off, 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 rest. Those rests are actually really, really important for the ensemble. And it's surprising how little things like that become just something sloppy. All right, and finally, I'm getting to measure 40 with the 32nd note and the grace notes. And usually I prefer teaching in a scientific, objective, measurable way. You're going to count this as a 16th of the measure. But this time I'm going to have you play by ear. And I wrote in my outline, K-T-A, ka-ta-ka-ta. I'm drawing on our woodwind player friends where they are blowing through their reed and they're articulating different notes. It's called tonguing. And they go ka-ta-ka-ta-ka-ta-ka-ta. So that's how I can sing it. Ka-ta-ka-ta, ka-ta-ka-ta, 1, 2, ka-ta-ka-ta, ka-ta-ka-ta. With the first K is before the beat. So let me start in 38. 1 and 2 and 1. 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and ka-ta-ka-ta, ka-ta-ka-ta. All right. So playing by ear, yeah. Once in a while, Mrs. Schneider will teach that way. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep counting, keep counting, keep counting. 1, 2. So this piece is a super challenge, especially at the preferred conductor's speed of 88 to 92. But I think we're going to learn a lot, and we're going to have fun and sound good. And so thank you for your practice. Get back to me and let me know what other questions you might have.